Scientists persuade you not to smoke or to quit smoking. The health effects of smoking cigarettes are horribly destructive and in many cases deadly. Approximately 7,000 chemicals have been identified in cigarette smoke today. 250 of the cigarettes of which are poisonous and 70 carcinogens. Scientists are far from finishing this exploration of the compound of manufactured tobacco plants. The chemical count is still increasing. The ingredients and additives in cigarette affect everything in the internal function of the organs, the efficiency of your body's immune system. The chemicals in cigarette smoke are inhaled into the lungs and travel through the body, causing damages in numerous ways. Nicotine reaches the brain in 7 to 10 seconds after smoke is inhaled. Nicotine has been found in many parts of the smoker's body, including breast milk. Carbon monoxide, which is present in cigarette smoke, blinds the hemoglobin in red blood cells, preventing these cells from carrying oxygen they normally would. This can lead to syndrome of carbon monoxide poisoning. Cancer-causing agent carcinogens in tobacco smoke damages important genes that control the growth of cells, causing them to grow abnormally or reproduce too rapidly. Several sensitivities such cancer-causing chemicals have been identified to cigarette smoke today. Smoke affects how the immune system functions and causes excessive stress. This in turn causes DNA mutations, setting the stage for cancer and heart disease. Smokers have less anti-agents in their blood than non-smokers. Smoking is associated with higher levels of chronic inflammation and other disease processes that may result in excessive stress. Cigarette smoke contains radioactive heavy metal that sticks to the tar that collects in a lung of a smoker. Over time, this builds up and is believed to be one of the risks for the factors that cause lung cancer. Read more about the hazardous chemicals of tobacco. Harmful chemicals of cigarette smoke. Smokers face a substantial increase in the risk of number of disease over those who don't smoke. Chronic heart disease, 2 to 4 times more likely. Stroke, 2 to 4. Lung cancer in men, 23 times. Lung cancer in women, 13 times. COPD-related deaths, 12 to 13 times. Who smokes? Every day, more than 3,200 people under the age of 18 have their first cigarette, and approximately 2,100 youth and young adults become daily smokers. 9 out of 10 smokers start before the age of 18, and 98 start at age 36. 1 in 5 adults and teenagers smoke. In 2011, the estimated 19% of U.S. adults have their first cigarette. Approximately 18% of high school students smoke cigarettes. In 2011, nearly 18 of high school boys were currently cigarette users. From 1968 to 2014, the proportion of adults smoked declined from 42 to 18%. Why is smoking harmful to smokers? General health. More than 16 million people already have at least one disease from smoking. More than 20 million Americans have died because of smoking since 1964, including approximately 2.5 million deaths due to the exposure of secondhand smoke. 18.6 million people have lived with a serious illness caused by smoking. On average, smokers die 13 to 14 years earlier than non-smokers. In the United States, cigarettes smoking accounts for approximately 440,000 deaths each year. Globally, 5 million people are lost to tobacco annually, and if current trends continue, the number is increased to 8 million by 2030. If no one smoked, cancer deaths in the U.S. would be decreased by 1/3. Lung cancer is largely a smoker's disease. 90% of men and 80% of women succumb to lung cancer smoke. COPD is related to deaths that also primarily caused by smoking, with 90% of deaths tracked to cigarettes. Tobacco is responsible for deaths each year in the U.S. than all other of the following combined: HIV, murders, suicides, motor vehicle injuries, alcohol use, and illegal drugs. Tobacco is the leading cause of preventable deaths in the world today. There is an addiction to nicotine. No one would willingly inhale any of these toxins into their body and put the health at such risk. Respiratory health. Nearly 9 of 10 lung cancers are caused by smoking. Smokers today are more and more likely to develop lung cancer than smokers were in 1964. Nearly 8 out of 10 COPD deaths are a result of smoking. Currently, there is no cure for COPD. Women smokers are up to 40 times more likely to have developed COPD than women who have never smoked. Smoking increases a person's risk for getting tuberculosis and dying from it. More than 11% of high school students in the U.S. have asthma. The study suggests the youth who smoke are more likely to develop asthma. Smoking slows down lung growth in teens and children. Lung cancer is the leading cause of death among both men and women in the United States. 90% of lung cancer deaths, along with approximately 80% of lung cancer deaths among women, is due to smoking. Smoking causes many other types of cancer, including cancer of the throat, mouth, nasal cavity, esophagus, stomach, pancreas, kidney, bladder, and cervix, and as well as acute myeloid lymphoma. Many with prostate cancer who smoke may be likely to die in the disease than non-smokers. 5.6 million children alive today ultimately die every year from smoking. And this is equal to 1 child out of every 13 alive in the U.S. today. Smokers are 30 to 40% more likely to develop type 2 diabetes than non-smokers. These are many reasons why you should not smoke, and reasons why someone should quit smoking.